You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your early weekly spoilers from Monday, March 4th through Friday, March 8th. In case you haven't guessed it, there's going to be a lot of Steffy-centric action. We're going to dig in and unpack all of these, but if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. And as we always do, on our early spoilers, I give you a quick glimpse of what's happening the rest of this week just to set the tone and give you some context for what's coming next week. By now, you should have seen Monday and Tuesday's episodes, at least, hopefully. So we're going to talk about Wednesday, February 28th for starters. So as we head into Wednesday, we have Dr. Finn, Medicine Man, heading home, and he showed up at the end of Tuesday's episode, and he sees people packing up to leave. He's got Steffy. There's a puddle of blood on the floor, kind of awkward, and she tells him that it was Sheila, but he doesn't know yet the truly bad news because Steffy does know 100% his biological mother is dead. She was in her last gasps of breath as the EMT got there. They could not save her, and they called it time of death at the Malibu Cliff House. I just wonder if Wednesday's episode is only going to be your mom is dead, or if it's going to go into, oh, by the way, and I stabbed her. And we have police coming later this week, lots of big action. Then also on Wednesday, Ridge and Thomas get some unexpected info from Carter Walton. I'm expecting that he has heard that Sheila Carter is dead and delivers the news to them. And I'm sure their reaction will be, yay, she's gone. Ding dong, the witch is dead. I feel like they're going to throw another one of Eric Forster's parties over there to have a little celebration of not of life, but of death this time. We'll see. Thursday, February 29th. Ridge and Thomas are firmly in Steffy's corner, but unfortunately, Finn seems to be taking his dead mother's side. The police were kind of already questioning. We didn't see a lot of evidence gathering, but one of the things that I suspect is there may not be proof of forced entry. You know, Sheila is pretty clever. She could have gotten into that house without having to do anything extreme. I'm still trying to figure out how the power came back on since Sheila was the one that flipped the power off. Didn't that seem kind of strange? I thought it was. That may come back around. We'll see, unless it was just sloppy, loose writing. So I suspect that Steffy may be suspected of murder, and Finn, you know, that is his mother. Even though nobody likes her, you know, that's still a hard blow for him. And Steffy was just saying she wanted her dad, and then all of a sudden she's dead. And I think he's doing the math and thinking maybe my wife actually did this on purpose. So we'll see. Things are going to get stressed. Hope tells Brooke Logan on Thursday about Steffy and Sheila's brawl. I'm assuming it's the prior one at Il Giardino that led to the fatal final event, because Hope at that point shouldn't have a lot more info, but one never knows. Friday, March 1st, we're going to wrap up this week with Hope once again spending time with Finn. He is over at Deacon and his dead mom Sheila's apartment. Clearly, he is grieving his mom, you know, probably commiserating with Deacon, because there's really not a lot of people in LA to commiserate the loss. Literally, I think maybe just Finn and Deacon are the only ones who are like, oh, she died, we're sad. But Hope is probably going to be there for her dad as well, and she is definitely consoling Finn. Hope made it clear she didn't like Sheila. She thought that she was dangerous, but I think now that Sheila is dead and gone, that Hope is going to show her dad some grace, and of course she's going to be sympathetic towards Finn. That same day, as we end this week, Ridge asks Deputy Chief Baker for something, and I wonder if it is, please don't press charges against my daughter, because it really was self-defense. And of course, all of us watching know it was self-defense, but that doesn't mean the police are going to think that, because unless they find a weapon on Sheila or signs of forced entry, then it kind of looks dodgy, even though we all know straight up self-defense. All right, next week is Monday, March 4th through Friday, March 8th. To let you know right off the bat, March 5th and 6th, which is Tuesday and Wednesday. There should be preemptions in Mountain Time Zone and Pacific Time Zone for both Bold and the Beautiful as well as Young and the Restless. They are playing soccer during the day. I know I was in Pacific Time Zone, headed back east now, but I was in Pacific Time Zone when the first cycle of these preemptions came around. And on one of the days, I didn't lose Bold, I lost YR, and on the other day, I lost both. So I think you're just going to have to keep an eye on your DVR, and you can check it out on CBS.com or on Paramount. At CBS.com, it shouldn't be behind a paywall on the days that they had to do the preemptions. They usually do that for customer service kind of stuff. All right, so the week of the 4th through the 8th, Steffy Forrester may be facing arrest over this incident with Sheila. And, maybe Ridge tells Baker to go back and ask again. Maybe they ask him to weigh the past and what Sheila has done to them. And of course they can weigh the past, but then they also have to look at the evidence at hand, and it doesn't look good. Finn siding with Sheila is going to, be a serious dent in his marriage to Steffy. And of course, Liam is going to be right there for Steffy, consoling her, supporting her, 100% siding with her, saying you did what you had to do. You did the right thing. You protected yourself. Sheila was an ongoing threat to you and the kids and everything. The writing, again, and I mentioned this the other day, has been so inconsistent because Steffy went over and punched Sheila in the face. She wasn't too scared to go do that, but then in her own home, she was terrified. It's very inconsistent. It's not great writing, you guys. I mean, I'm very upset at the way Bold has just been kind of all over the place, sloppily written, very frustrating. So we'll see. Thomas is probably not going to like Hope comforting Finn, especially with Finn and Steffy's marriage maybe hitting the skids, but I don't think Thomas is going to gripe too much because, he's going to calm down if Hope tells him to calm down because she's the one in charge of that relationship. I am hoping that we don't have any RJ, Luna, and Zende next week, but I feel like we are probably going to have it at least by the end of next week. We'll know more when we get the full roster of weekly spoilers, which come out later this week and which we will, of course, present here for you. Luna is still sitting on the secret that she spent the night with Zende. And she is listening to Poppy. She is listening to Zende. And also RJ keeps over talking her. So that's why she hasn't had a chance to really come clean. I just wonder if somebody, RJ or possibly Brooke, is going to overhear them talking about it. Because that's how they do on Bold. They rehash the details of secret things behind ajar doors, usually in the CEO office. All right, that's everything we have for the early edition spoilers. Please share your comments on what you are excited to see. Will you be outraged if they put handcuffs on Steffy Forrester before March 8th, before this week is done? Share your comments. Please click subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely come back soon. We're here talking Bold and the Beautiful 7 days a week, and as always, it is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.